welcome back to my channel, and for today I've got another very long overdue pregnancy update. Again, it has been 3 weeks since my last pregnancy update, and it's not as if it's even been a quiet 3 weeks. Quite a lot has been happening, but I don't know, I just haven't found the time to film. Shame on me. But I am back today. Today I am 33 weeks pregnant. It's the Friday when I film this, and I have turned 33 weeks today. So I'm finally starting to feel like we're getting there now. Everyone keeps going, wow, your pregnancy's gone so fast. And I'm like, are you joking? I feel like I've been pregnant for like 95 years, but we're getting there now. Today is September, and I can officially say I am having a baby next month, which is super exciting. October is the month I am due, so I'm very excited about that. So yeah, this past 3 weeks has been fairly eventful. I should have made notes. I'm sorry, I'm so slack. I never prepare for these videos, and I know I'll end up forgetting to tell you things. But main thing the past 3 weeks is that I have been in hospital a few times again for reduced movements. Again, the maternity assessment unit were amazing, got me straight in for monitoring without any delay at all. They were super on it, and both times baby's heart trace was looking great. It sounded absolutely fine. But whereas previously when I've been in for reduced movements, he's gone crazy as soon as I've gone on the monitor, this time he just wasn't at all. Both times I was put on the monitor for reduced movements this time, I probably felt, well, the first time I felt no kicks at all, and the second time I felt maybe like 2 tiny little movements. So it was quite different. I was very worried. And at the same time as I was having those reduced movements, I also had a lot of cramping. I get a lot of cramping anyway. If you've followed my whole pregnancy journey, you will know I've had cramping since the very beginning, since before I even found out I was pregnant. So for me, cramping can be quite normal, but coupled with the reduced movements, it was worrying me. So yeah, coupled with the cramping and the reduced movements, they were really thorough, and they referred me for another scan after the second bout of reduced movements to see kind of what was actually going on in there. So I had that scan on last Friday, so a week ago I had that scan, and he was looking absolutely great. They couldn't see any problems at all, apart from the fact he had positioned himself directly behind my anterior placenta, so I do think that has been cushioning a lot of his movements. He was directly behind it. But also, since my scan before that, when he was weighing in at an estimated 3 pounds 4 ounces, he had shot up to 4 pounds 14 ounces. So he had had a serious growth spurt, which would explain the cramping, and had gone from the 50th centile up to the 95th. So he is a little chunk, but they said that was totally fine. They were happy with his growth. He had definitely grown, but they weren't concerned about it. And yeah, I think he's just going to be a little chunk, which is fine with me. I love baby rolls, so I'm all for that. But I do have my 34-week scan a week today. So next Friday I have my 34-week scan, which, if you remember, was booked in after my 20-week scan when they discovered I have the, I can never say it right, subcenturiate placental lobe, I think it is. So I've got the scan then to look for that, and that will be where they decide either it is in a bit of a dangerous position and there are blood vessels and I will therefore need a caesarean, or they will decide that it is in a safe position and they aren't concerned and I can go ahead and have a normal labour. So yeah, after my 34-week scan next week, I should be able to do you a birth plan video. I know quite a few people have asked me about a birth plan video, and I should hopefully be in a position to do it then. So yeah, that is the plan. I'm excited for that scan. I'm very glad I've got it, because whilst his movements have improved substantially the past few days, touch wood, it's still scary, and having that reassurance of knowing they're going to be checking on him and checking his growth's okay, because he had such a growth spurt, that does make me feel quite a bit better about things. And I think being able to have not a birth plan, because I'm not really going down the whole birth plan route. I don't really think you can plan for birth. What the baby wants to do, the baby is going to do. But just to know whether I will be having a caesarean or whether I will be going into labour is quite comforting. I just want to know either way. I really don't mind which, but I just want to know so I can kind of mentally prepare for that. So yeah, that is where I am up to in terms of scans, movements, things like that. What else is there to tell you? At my 31-week midwife appointment, I mentioned that I was still having quite a lot of pain with my legs. Since hitting 30 weeks, that has really stepped up a notch. If I try and turn over in bed at night, I hear my entire pelvis crack. It literally sounds like it's going to split in two, and I am waking all the time with leg pain. I literally can't turn over myself. I have to physically get out of bed and get back in bed if I need to turn. It's really, really uncomfortable. Whereas before that was just at night, I am now starting to notice that I am getting pain in my legs during the day as well. They're getting very tired very fast, which I assume is normal at this stage. But yeah, the discomfort and especially the pain I'm experiencing at night has really stepped up a notch. So I mentioned it to my midwife and she referred me to physio for SPD, I should say. She's diagnosed me with SPD, which again, I know is super common in pregnancy. And to say I've had so few physical side effects in pregnancy, I can't complain. It is unpleasant but bearable, and it's not dampening my spirits about being pregnant in any way. So yeah, she referred me for physio, and actually the letter for that came through this morning, so I just need to give them a ring and get booked in. Although I am starting to get cold feet now at the thought of somebody touching my fat, swollen pregnancy legs. That doesn't really appeal to me too much, but you know, anything to help, because the pain I'm experiencing at night is becoming increasingly painful and I'm just not sleeping at all. I cannot remember the last time I had a decent night's sleep. I wake up at least 8 times a night on an average night, and you know, that's fine, but it is tiring. So yeah, that was my 31-week midwife appointment. I don't think anything else really happened there. She measured my bump. That was measuring in line with the fact I'd had a growth spurt. I think that appointment was about 2 or 3 days before the scan, where I had shot up from the 50th centile to the 95th. So yeah, that was all measuring in line with that, so that seems fine. Also at my scan, I'm so sorry, this update is so all over the place. Next time I promise you I will have some notes, but at the moment I am just spewing. At the scan they also found, as they have with all my scans, that baby is head down and he is super, super low, which explains a lot of the like pressure I'm experiencing and why the SPD has really stepped up a notch. I see people say like, ooh, baby's gone head down at like 28 weeks, but this baby has been head down since my first ever scan. He has never not been head down, and he's always been buried so low into my pelvis that they struggle to like get a good shot of his head on a scan. Like at my 20-week scan, that's why it took so long, because his head was so low down, they just couldn't get the measurements they needed. So yeah, I mean, I guess that's good. He's in the right position for when he does need to make his entrance into the world. But knowing my luck, he'll decide to turn, won't he, just to be awkward. When he's been down the whole time, he'll flip around, because that is the story of my life. So yeah, that does explain a lot of the discomfort I have experienced, but it is really nice to know that he's in the right place. Last thing to update you on, which I'm sure if you've watched my last couple of videos you all know about, but I finally had my baby shower, which was the most emotional day. I just never ever thought I would get to have that day. I think when you've been through infertility or miscarriage or any kind of struggle to have a baby, it is the day that you dream of, and you like go to other people's baby showers and you look at other people's baby showers on social media and you want it to be you so bad, and you can't see a day where you'll ever get to have that. And I got to have that day and I am so grateful for it. I feel so lucky to have experienced it. It was the most amazing day, and I was completely and utterly spoiled, as you will all know if you watched my vlog or you watched my like baby shower gift video. I was spoiled rotten. This baby is so loved already, and I just have the most amazing friends and family around me. So yeah, that was just the most amazing feeling to get to experience that day that you just always dream of experiencing and think will never happen to you. And it happened to me, and it was everything I could have dreamed of. It was such a special, special, special day. I think that's probably it for this update. I'm not going to ramble on too long. In my head, this video is going to be like 7 minutes long, but they always manage to be about 10 times what I think. I am not great at a short video, as we all know by now. But yeah, I will leave it there. I think that's everything I've got to tell you. I will do a bigger update after I've had my 34-week scan, when we know more about the plan for labour. That's scary. And you can expect my what's in my hospital bag and what is in baby's hospital bag in the next week or two, when I have actually packed them. So that is an exciting job to have to look forward to. I'm really looking forward to that. That might be sad, but I'm excited to pack our hospital bags. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there, guys. I will leave you with the bump, which is feeling enormous. I say it every week, but I just can't believe I have a bump, and like people, like someone moved out the way the other day and was like, oh, let her through, she's pregnant. And I'm like, ah, that's me, I'm pregnant. It's really weird. I just don't think it'll ever sink in, and like, hopefully he'll be here soon and then I won't be pregnant. And I'm like, I was pregnant. I don't know, I'm rambling. I hope that makes sense, but it's just like so strange that I'm actually pregnant. Yeah, so I'm going to leave it there, guys. I will leave you with the bump shot. I hope you're all having a really good week. Let me know how you are getting on in terms of trying to conceive, pregnancy, if you've had your baby. Let me know how you're all getting on. I would love to hear, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, guys. Right, guys, so this is the bump for 33 weeks pregnant. Hope you can see that okay. Sorry, I'm also wearing the worst bra in the history of the world, but let's just ignore that. Yeah, that is the bump at 33 weeks pregnant.